plotting and going after somebody. Just, it doesn't feel good. And it's just going to attract more negative vibrations, more bad things onto your life. Probably going to get into a lot of trouble too. Hello, my friendly friends. Welcome back to Psychopath Exposure. My name is Kita, and we're just having fun today. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day or night. And for those of you that are not sleeping and are tuning in to this video right now at 2:30 in the morning, at 3 o'clock in the morning, put the phone down. Get some rest. So today, I wanted to talk about revenge because I got a lot of people, I got a lot of angry people in the community, a lot of angry people. Rightly so, after being cheated on by a narcissist or just being cheated on in general, and they just want to get vengeance. They just want to get vengeance on the narcissist. They just want to get revenge. They feel like the narcissist has to suffer as they made them suffer. Okay, well, do you want to continue living a life of misery? Because let me tell you, hate and anger has its purpose. And its purpose in the situation when we're talking about toxic relationships, narcissistic entanglements, psychopathic entanglements. The hate and the anger should be used to piss you off just enough so that you take action and you get out of the relationship. You finally grab a hold of your confidence. It's in there somewhere, buried amongst all these shades of blackness that have been polluting your light, right? Grab a hold of it and do what you got to do to get out of the narcissistic entanglement, to file for divorce from your lying, cheating infidel of a spouse, and kickstart your recovery and kickstart the rest of your life, which could pretty much be amazing once you take the trash out. But to live in constant anger and hatred is draining. You cannot even sustain it. When you're angry, when you're raging, your energy levels deplete so quickly, and then you find yourself just drained for the rest of the day. And then the rumination kicks in because you've been so conditioned already to overthink the situation. And once you're mentally exhausted, you do not have the mental capacity to stop the patterns of thinking. At that point, you're just at the mercy of your uncontrollable negative spiral of emotions, thoughts, feelings, traumatic responses, you name it. So you have to train yourself to use all the emotions that are part of being a human, which is what's great about being human, is that we get to experience so many different things, and they all have their opposites. You can't know good if you don't know the bad. You can't know the bad if you don't know the good, etc., etc., etc. And imagine robbing yourself of much more positive emotions on a higher spectrum because you choose and you fixate on staying in the low vibration energy spectrum with anger and hatred all the time, and just fixated on getting back at the narcissist and getting your revenge on the person that did you wrong. When if you understand the laws of the universe, you'll realize that when you get out of the way, the narcissist gets what's coming for them. Because see, that's when karma takes over. And sometimes you're there to witness it, and sometimes you're not. It's probably better when you're not, because that means you're busy living a good life. I can tell you from experience. I don't like to look back. And when I do, I kick myself in the ass. It's like, stop it. Why are you revisiting something from 10 years ago? That was another lifetime ago. Stop it. Like, how many times do we do that? I mean, I think we've all been guilty of doing that, even before the internet. Ever heard of photo albums? Pull out that old photo album, and you're like looking at pictures when you were 10 years old. Oh, brings back some happy memories. At the same time, it could bring back some bad memories, or sometimes even the happy memories bring you down because you realize, wow, you know, those people in the photographs, they're gone. Maybe they passed. It was probably multiple lifetimes ago. And nowadays we keep pictures on our phone, we keep pictures on the cloud, we keep pictures on thumb drives, whatever. And you have one of those moments where you think it's a good idea to go down memory lane. I mean, again, I've been guilty of doing stuff like that. But now I catch myself quick, right away. I'm like, oh shit, wait a second. What am I doing? Oh, that's right, no wonder I don't even live there anymore. And I'm looking, no. And I'm especially not gonna look at pictures of my exes. Hell no. I know you guys love to do that. I know you love to do that. You don't even realize that you love to do it. I can tell you why you love to do it, because you keep doing it. You keep doing it because it feels good. Oh, but Kira, it doesn't feel good. It gives me anxiety. It gets me angry. Yeah, but you know what? The brain doesn't know any better. The brain is getting a hit of dopamine one way or another. And you're still breathing. As a matter of fact, you're probably breathing faster when you're looking at all those bad photographs, because your heart rate is pumping now, and now you feel alive. Because you've been feeling dead inside for such a long time after the discard, or after this, all the crap that you went through with your psychopathic, abusive, narcissistic, lying, cheating, conniving, malignant predator. So the brain says, ooh, I feel alive. Yes, blood is being pumped through my system faster. You know, when you do cardio, I don't know if you guys like to exercise, but when you do cardio, it feels amazing. Or when you're playing sports, it feels amazing. Why? Because your heart rate is beating fast and adrenaline's kicking in and you're sweating and just feels amazing. So when you're going through an anxiety trip like that, which sucks, sometimes the brain doesn't know better and it's like, give me more. Give me more. Let's think about how much worse this situation could get. Let's think about how much worse things are going to be next week, next month, next year, and let's just predict how bad life can continue to get. And then you get very, very creative with those thoughts, don't you? And it only is like a negative feedback loop, because all it's doing is pumping your brain with negative ideas, negative thoughts, which are sending vibrations out into the universe that are going to ripple and bounce back to you, and somehow they're going to manifest in some twisted way, and then you wonder why bad things keep happening to you. Maybe, just maybe, you're calling them onto you. So maybe, just maybe, getting revenge on your narcissist, getting revenge on the psychopath that has tried to ruin your very existence, better leave that up to karma. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You got to stand up for yourself. You got to do what you got to do, like for justice to be served. If someone rear ends you and they don't have insurance, that's not my problem. I got insurance. I got to pay for my insurance. And now you didn't pay for your insurance and you rear-ended me and you want me to just let you go and we're gonna meet at the McDonald's and you're gonna break me off with some cash? Yeah, right. The minute we leave the scene, you're gone. If you know what's good for you, you better be gone. It's like Split. Never get seen again. Oh, you left the scene of the crime. That's it. You know, I can tell you from Kabbalah teachings, they tell you there's nothing wrong with you standing up for yourself. Some of you think that, oh, narcissist did this to me, and I'm just gonna forgive them and just let them keep abusing me, and nah, you know what? You know, you're entitled to some things. You're entitled to justice. You're entitled to that's your house, that's your property. You know, there's certain things you're just not gonna give up what's rightfully yours because you think that somehow that goes against your religious beliefs or some twisted, misunderstood teaching. There's nothing wrong with standing up for yourself, but it's seeking vengeance where there's a problem. Because let me tell you something about revenge. It never feels good after you accomplish it. It only feels good leading up to it. Because again, your system is being flooded with dopamine. But when you actually do it, if you're a human being, now mind you, if you're a deranged psychopath, right, you're probably gonna love it. That's probably the only thing that you're capable of loving. Okay, but if you're a human being, you execute vengeance on someone and you hurt them, even though they hurt you, but you hurt them, it's not gonna feel very good. It's just not gonna feel very good. Now, if they come at you and they're trying to hurt you at that moment and you have to defend yourself and you hurt them back in the process, that's different. But plotting and going after somebody, just it doesn't feel good. And it's just going to attract more negative vibrations, more bad things onto your life. You're probably going to get into a lot of trouble too. So don't do it to yourself. The best thing you can do is walk away from toxic people, walk away from a toxic relationship. I know that word toxic gets thrown around a lot, but it's a key word, and YouTube likes it. For some people, they love it. But you know what I mean. I like this comment that someone left on the channel. I made a video on how to get revenge on the narcissist, and it wasn't a trick, but yeah, it was kind of trickery because some people actually thought I was gonna outline how to get real vengeance, like vengeance that gets you in trouble. And it's like, no, I'm explaining to you the best type of revenge is to become indifferent to the person. You know, we're not. This is not somebody that, hopefully not, someone that murdered your wife or your kid. This is not the movie Taken, you know, where you're gonna hunt the person down. We're talking about a narcissistic entanglement. We're talking about people that are just liars and cheaters, right? I'm not talking about kidnappers or anything like that. So this comment, you know, pretty much aligned with what we like to cover here in the channel as far as recovering from this mess instead of continuing to dwell in that dark space. And it has a funny twist at the end. Anyway, so he goes, show kindness with a healthy measure of indifference. Your biggest revenge is to know that they are going to end up sad and alone once their new supply runs out and the next one lasts half as long as the first, and so on. They're going to slowly slip into a prison of their own self-made insanity and solitude. And it is your right to revel in the thought after the disgusting, vile things they have done to you and many others. And that's right. You can revel in the thought that your perpetrator got what they deserved. You can definitely revel on that. You can throw a party. You can go out for steak. In fact, I encourage a lot of survivors in my coaching program to go out for steak, for those that are not vegan, of course. Go out for steak and celebrate when their abuser hits a rock bottom. Now, you know, it's interesting how once you study and you've done this type of work and you've had the experience, not only for yourself, but with a lot of people that have gone through the same thing, narcissistic abuse, as you have, you will realize that, and this is a knowing that you have to have, not just a belief, it's actually a knowing. Once you know that the narcissist is going to end up self-sabotaging, they're going to end up sad and alone. Because not everybody that the narcissist plows through was expendable. Not everybody. I know we live in a hookup culture. I know we live in a time where people just window shop on dating apps and you're just a number. It's just your turn. Nobody's yours, etc., etc., etc. But there are some people that the narcissist does get into a relationship with that they realize later, damn, that was somebody good and I fucked it up. And then all others, they try to replicate what they had with you. They try to replace you, and they constantly fail, and they fall flat on their face each and every time, and it haunts them to know that they blew it with you, because not everybody that we talk about here in this channel is a full-blown psychopath with no empathy whatsoever and no capability of love. Not everybody with a cluster B personality disorder is like that. We have histrionics, we have borderlines. These individuals feel a lot of love. They have a lot of emotion. It doesn't stop them from burning it to the ground. It doesn't stop them from going crazy. But they do care and they do love you in a very extreme way sometimes. And sometimes they self-harm when they realize that they screwed up, or they intake all that guilt because they know that they messed it up. And the way they process that guilt is scary. It's scary to watch. And yet, they will, if you take them back, they will screw you up again. They will cheat on you again. They will make the same mistakes. I don't call cheating a mistake because it's plotted, it's planned and executed, but you know, some of them like to say that it's a mistake. They will make the same mistakes. They'll do the same stupid shit again. And if you accept it, and if you take them back, and if you keep forgiving them, what else did you expect? Right? You get what you deserve. And I've mentioned in another video, forgiving the narcissist, sure. There's nothing wrong with forgiving your enemies. You forgive them and you let it go. It's no longer a burden that you carry. I used to carry a lot of resentments, like Santa Claus. I used to have a sack full of resentments. I dragged that with me wherever I went. Oh boy, those were some perilous journeys I was on foot. Right? Carrying that hump over my shoulder. And one day I let them all go. And I was like, damn, I feel 20 pounds lighter. I feel 20 years younger. What the heck's going on here? It was great. Because I learned that forgiveness has nothing to do with taking back your abuser. It has nothing to do with staying friends with a piece of shit. Right? It means you forgive them so that you can find your own peace. You can let them go, let God, the universe, and karma himself handle their destiny. Okay? Plotting revenge is a waste of your energy. It's a choice. You can use that energy for something amazing, for something fun, to build your career, for your studies. Hell, I started like getting back into algebra and calculus now, just for fun. For fun! Who the hell does that? I do, right? I enjoy it. Like, it's great. I get to use my brain on my off time and just keeps me sharper. Why not? I do a lot of other stuff on my spare time. You guys too. And if you're not, now's a good time to start. Use your brain energy for something positive. Use your brain energy for something productive. I know some deranged people They feel that using their brain and their energy on plotting a revenge, like what's his name, Tobin Bell, Jigsaw from Saw, deranged psychopath, and he just created all these traps and all these games to play on the people he considered were his abusers, because he had cancer or something and they didn't diagnose it in time, they didn't cure him, they lied to him, so he's gonna go execute vengeance on all these people. Brilliant work, but psychopathic. Could have been using those skills, that intelligence to, I don't know, maybe save other people from cancer, to learn more about, right? Use that energy for something, a breakthrough medicine. But instead, when you're a deranged psychopath, you feel productive in plotting the destruction of your so-called enemies. When truth is, you're a psychopath, the enemy is you. The only enemy is you. So, hope that makes sense. And if it doesn't, I can help you understand it a little bit better in my coaching program. I know some of you have a hard time terminating a toxic relationship. I know you guys have a hard time stopping the rumination and that downward spiral, that vicious cycle of thinking and overthinking. And I can help you put those thoughts down, how to identify when it's going, what's going on, when you're about to fall into that rabbit hole, so that you can gauge where it is that you want to go with your life. Hopefully to the top. Because the narcissist has already dragged you down to the bottom. There's nowhere else to go but up, unless you want to stay down there, and then, you're going to scratch with the turkeys all you want, and the skeletons and the bones and the carcasses. So that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. My name is Kira, and this is Psychopath Exposure. Don't forget to check out that revenge video on the top corner of the screen. Could be this one, or it could be this one, I'm not sure. Anyway, I gotta go. Peace out.